The Premier League, it seems right now, is not the most happiest of places, or let's call it a bit disjointed. Why? Well, I'm pretty sure you have all read what is on social media or online with news websites, etc. The match between Nottingham Forest and Everton at Goodison Park brought everything to a boil after three decisions, penalty decisions, were turned down by the VAR referee Stuart Atwell after Anthony Taylor, the referee on the ground, refused to give a Nottingham Forest any of these three decisions, or at least in their favour. And Nottingham Forest have had enough. They already had a referee analyst in Mark Clattenburg, who at that time, when he was refereeing, was considered one of the best referees in the Premier League. Now, Nottingham Forest released a statement saying that they are considering their options, and you have to question what is happening in the Premier League with the referees. Some of the decisions are beyond belief and are, I mean, it's, to me, they just don't make sense. One week we are saying or seeing that Jack Grealish, the ball hits Jack Grealish arm in the penalty box, and not even a corner kick is given. And next week we see ball hitting Ashley Young's arm, and then penalty is not given. And then to put it on the other side, we have ball hitting Aaron Van Bissaka from very close proximity, but the penalty is given because of, you know, unusual position of the body or arm or anything. The rules aren't just clear, and the referees are getting away with it just under the aegis of high bar. Just because a referee on the pitch has made a decision, it's very unlikely to be changed unless it's a clear and obvious error. And on the third occasion, we saw that it was clear and obvious error. Anthony Taylor, the referee on the pitch, says the player gets the ball when we can see that he clearly didn't get the ball. And I mean, VAR was brought in to help the referees, but in my opinion at least, they are just embarrassing themselves with some of the decisions that they are making. And I don't know how long it can go on, how long before it starts to affect every club in the world. And you know, the poignant point here is that it seems that the bigger clubs seem to get away with it almost every single time. I know there have been instances where bigger clubs have also come in this, with Luis Diaz's goal ruled out. We see some of the audio footage that is released. We see that the referees are talking to each other like mates, etc., etc. Mike Dean, who was refereeing in the Premier League until not so long ago, he said he didn't send Anthony Taylor to the VAR screen just because he's his mate, and he has been under too much pressure. My God, what is going on? This is a professional industry where thousands and millions of dollars or pounds are at stake, and this is just embarrassing. And Nottingham Forest statement has just put, you know, more fuel on the fire. Nottingham Forest were already aggrieved with the PSR rules that have seen them deducted 4 points, and they right now sit just outside the relegation zone. They are in 17th position, if I'm not wrong. And Everton as well, they have been docked 8 points. Initially they were docked 10, then 4 were the penalty was reduced by 4 points. It came to 6, and then there was another penalty that was levied on them of another 2 points. It seems that Premier League, widely considered as one of the best leagues in the world, is having its own civil war with its own football clubs. Leicester City, we know they are currently in the championship. If they fail to get promoted, they will be under a transfer embargo, and if they are promoted, they are likely to get hit with a fine, or mainly more chances of a points reduction. So they are between a rock and a hard place. So what is happening with this Premier League? Premier League need to get their house in order. There are a lot of decisions that are going wrong, and VAR, I mean, for me at least, is at the center of it all, and the Premier League needs to do something about it because the popularity just seems to be growing and growing. We see more and more clubs coming into it, and this just can't go on. Howard Webb, who's the chief football refereeing officer or something like that, PGMOL, the governing body of the referees, they need to take stock of the situation, because referees, in some opinion, in my opinion at least, and in someone else's opinion as well, are getting away with it big time. Just because there is a high bar, you can't have decisions that are so subjective, that are so, I mean, out there, where you can, you can come to different conclusions every single time. It just beggars belief. I don't know what will happen, but Premier League is getting sullied, and in my opinion at least, I don't want to say it out loud, but in my opinion at least, and things need to change, and change quickly, because as I said, this can't carry on.